Hey guys, welcome back to Homestead Prepping and Survival. Well, just finished filling up the feeders. I didn't quite fill up the middle one, it's about 3/4, but I filled up both ends to the top. And it's got that crushed eggshell in there to help with the calcium on them so the eggshells aren't so thin. Threw a little bit out on the ground for them to scratch. But I have not collected the eggs today. I noticed there's, I think, 6 in the end pen and 7 or 8 over in this one, and I think 3 or 4 in the middle pen, so not too bad. This cold snap kind of threw them off just a little bit, but they're doing well. And I want to talk to y'all today. I got the backhoe out and replaced that valve stem core that was bad. Got the tires pumped up where they should be. I got about 18 in the back one and about 33, 34 in that front one. But that back one leaks around the rim now that I've got the valve stem fixed. So it really needs to be seated. I'm thinking about putting some green slime in it. If it leaks back down, I may just let it go flat and put a bunch of green slime in there, because I keep some on hand. And then drive it around, 5, 10, 15 minutes, let that green slime coat everything. See if it'll seal that rim. If I can, hopefully stop it. Otherwise, I got to take it somewhere. But anyway, I did drive it, and you'll see this part, the beginning of the video, is recorded after the end of the video. So, asking for y'all's help to diagnose this thing, from what I'm told. Anyway, so the front tires are rated for 50 psi, and like I say, it's right at 34, I think. And then the back ones are rated for 30, and I'm about 18, a little under 20. So, should be fine. But I'm going to try to get a little bit of use out of it. I mean, I've got a ton of money tied up into that thing, so why not try to get some use out of it over here? So I'll probably do that when I get some pretty weather on the weekend. And maybe clean up this old brush pile over here and start working on that, clearing back to that fence line again. I don't know, it's ran fine for the 15 minutes or so that I've ran it, 15-20 minutes, but I don't know that it's going to do that every time. So but that's my goal, is to start using it a little bit and try to get some use out of the money I put into it. But either way, guys, I had something on my mind, and I don't know if it's just me, because, I know myself, I get that way sometimes, or if it's some of y'all. But I don't watch news on TV, but I do follow it on, YouTube and MeWe and Twitter, and, plus People Talk. I've just got this awful feeling, and I've had it for about a week. And, okay, psychologically look back at it, it may be that my son's on his way to California for almost 4 months working, and I'm just not really thrilled about that, but it's part of what we got to deal with. Or, it could just be the political state of the world and country right now. I don't know. But I've just got this uneasy feeling like the hammer's fixing to drop some daggone where, and I don't know if I'm the only one feeling that or what, guys. But either way, figured I'd talk to y'all about it. So let me know if you guys are feeling the same thing and all that. But I don't want to say crap's gonna hit the fan tomorrow. Nobody knows that except the bad guys that start it. But I do have a bad feeling that something else is fixing to happen. It's kind of like the calm before the storm type deal. But anyway, I'm going to try, if I can this week, I don't know if I can, to get some fence. I haven't measured yet. I'm fixing to see how much I actually need. I would like to run, I'm going to buy the 4-foot wire, so it's going to be as tall as this. But I've also got to buy fence posts. I'm going to do T-posts instead of wood posts. But I've also got to, I want to run at least 6 feet tall. If not, go ahead and go 8 feet. but I definitely want to go higher than 4 feet. I'm thinking 6 feet would probably be plenty. Chickens typically don't fly that high. They will fly up in the tree if a predator's after them or something, you know, shelter, but I'm just trying to keep the roosters when they fight from flying over, or just a crazy hen once in a while. But y'all let me know if you've got the same feeling, or tell me I'm crazy as, you know, a dingbat. But either way, let me know what you think and what you're feeling. Oops, looks like I got another pumpkin popping up right there. I may go ahead and get it and put it in a pot. I've been looking, hoping some more would pop up because the others didn't make it. So I've been checking on the fruit trees, and I'll walk over there and show y'all. Moving the tractor and uncovering it, covering it back up and all that took a little while. So, but I had already checked my fruit trees and blueberry bushes. Technically not a tree, but some of it is. But you see that right there? That stem is still green at the bottom, or looks like it's getting green, and buds are coming on it. And this one's got a little green to it. I don't know if y'all can see that. This one's got a little green. So I'm hoping, the way they're looking, all but one or two, like they may take off. See that one there? It's got some green and buds coming on it. But anyway, I mean, I would love it if they did take, but I don't have the greenhouse yet to put them in to keep them warm enough. And we've got a couple of cooler nights, 32, 30 degrees in the next few days. And, you know, which I don't worry about that kind of temp. That's not going to freeze my pipes or anything. And my son and I did winterize this camper before he left, so I don't have to worry about the lines or anything in it freezing. And I've already done mine, drained it, so, you know, I'm not worried about that. But I do need to get time to go get that frame and at least get started on a greenhouse, to have somewhere to put things like that out of the weather and keep them a little warmer so they'll germinate a little better. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get into the rest of the video. I appreciate y'all watching. And those of you that mechanically inclined and former mechanics or current mechanics, whatever, tell me what you think about the backhoe and how it's running. So I would appreciate it. Y'all be good. Well, as you can hear, she's running. And look, no smoke. After it runs about 5-10 minutes, it quits smoking. But if it starts making that knock noise, it'll start smoking like crazy, where it's pushing oil into the cylinder heads, I guess. So, I don't know. But everything works. It's low on hydraulic fluid, so it responds slowly. But the tractor runs fine until it makes that knocking noise. I don't know. I moved it from behind the barn, just let it run a little bit. I've had the battery on charge. And I just wanted to see how it do. I replaced the valve stem, the insides of this valve stem on this tire that kept leaking, because I mean, you could hear it leaking out that valve. The stem had broken inside. I finally got it out, got a new one put in. So I don't know if that'll stop it from leaking, but it definitely will slow it down a lot. And the front tire wasn't flat, but it has a much slower leak. Of course, it's been plugged a bunch of times. But anyway, I've got it up to about 34 roughly. It says max 50. The back one says max 30, and I've got it at about 18. So I was wanting to ride it around a little bit just to try to make that tire seat back to the rim where it had broke loose from the rim before. You know, the bead popped loose. But it looks like it's seated pretty good all the way around. But that's where it does most of its leakings, around that rim. Probably needs to be taken loose and cleaned real well and then popped back on, and that is just a lot of work. So I'm gonna try to keep it aired up and keep it from, you know, having major issues. But the battery seems to be fine now that I've got a charge on it. And as you see, I've been talking for 2 minutes and it quit smoking, you know, 5 minutes before I started the video. I do need to see what I can do about making the headlight assembly there a little bit better. It doesn't affect it working. It's a backhoe with a front end loader and the claw on the back, so you know, headlights aren't the most important thing, but it does seem to work. Of course, I've got it idling about 800 RPM, so remember, this thing's been setting up pretty much for 2 years. Jerks because it's low on hydraulic fluid. Let's see if we can get up on the jack stands at least. Stability legs, whatever you want to call it. Yep. It'll pick itself up. Let it down just a little bit on each side. Try to get the tires to touch the ground. Yep. That looks pretty good. Let's take the other side. Probably come down a little more. Yep. I hear a helicopter. Look at that. That's Marine. Flying right over the range. But anyway, if any of y'all got any suggestions on this thing, I'm gonna buy some hydraulic fluid and fill it back up. I'd like to get that cylinder. That's the one that leaks right there. The main one on the arm. Look at it. Pouring out this seal up here, and you can see the seal is broke right there, at least a rubber part or something, but I know they can be rebuilt. That's just not something I've ever done, so but I'm gonna buy some hydraulic fluid and get it filled up. Maybe use this thing a little bit around the homestead to try to get some more projects done. If it'll sit there and run like it's doing, I don't have a problem with it. The problem is it don't always do that. Yeah, I'm idling about 900 to 1,000 RPMs. So we shall see. These two tires, I don't ever have to put air in them. They hold fine. The other side, both of them leaked. The back tire, that valve stem was a major leak, and then around the rim where it popped loose from the rim. And the front tire, I think it's just some of them old plugs that are in it. Rev it up. Some of you mechanic guys. That got it up to about 2,000 RPM. But either way, I took it out of the four-wheel drive. It's been in there since I got it, I think. I don't need it just riding around trying to keep it running. But if any of you guys are brilliant with this kind of stuff, let me know. Here's what I was told. They think the rings stuck and aren't sealing like they're supposed to, because it wasn't ran enough. The thing does not have, let me see, it's got 273 hours on it, and I think it had 270 when I bought it. So I mean, I ain't used it hardly at all, but a couple hours into using it is when it blew all the oil out and smoked and knocked and all that mess. So we had the injectors replaced, and the guy didn't even flush the fuel system when he did that, which he should have. We went behind him afterwards and flushed the fuel system. Hope I didn't pinch that extension cord. Looks like I might have. Yep, I might have to crank it back up and get it off my cord. Better unplug it for now, just in case. But anyway, they say in order to do that, you got to break the motor all the way down, put new rings in it, because it wasn't ran enough for a diesel. The guy said he used it about 30 minutes a month, and he had it for several years. And when he first bought it, he did some, you know, land clearing at his house and stuff with it. But for the most part, the last 4 or 5 years he used it about 30 minutes a month. So that's the problem with it. I got a lot of money tied up into something that either needs rings put in this motor or needs a new motor. If you go that deep in the motor, is it worth rebuilding this one, putting new rings in it, or would you put another motor in it? Honestly, they're talking about the same amount of money, between $5 and $6 grand. So there's your information. I know there's a lot of you guys a whole lot smarter than me. A big part of my viewing audience is older male, so that tells me a lot of y'all have worked on some stuff. A lot more than I have. Front cylinders and hoses and all, none of that leaks at all. It's in the claw on the back, and that isn't a removable attachment, so I could take it off. And all you do is shut it down like it is now, unplug the hoses, and then one of the hoses, I think, plugs into the other side, so it doesn't have anywhere for the hydraulic fluid to go, but the attachment comes off. So I don't know, let me crank it back up. It cranks really easy. I mean, it always has. Yep. Put it in neutral, Michael. It'd be safer, wouldn't it? Oh Lord, see, this cylinder leaks. Yep, looked like I just tore up that extension cord, but that's all right. No, just dirt. I'll check and make sure it still works. Either way, guys, I appreciate your input. Y'all send me some comments on this video, or send me an email, whatever. It's all in the About Me section, how to get a hold to me. And I would appreciate y'all's input. Hope y'all are having a great day. I actually took today off work. My daughter's having some health issues, and I was up most of the night with her at the hospital, so I did not go into work this morning. Look at that cylinder just pouring fluid out. I know it can be rebuilt. Guys, I appreciate y'all watching the videos. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Helps me grow so very much. I appreciate it. Y'all remember what I always tell you. Jesus loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared. The chickens don't like it when I got the backhoe running. They're not used to it. Most of them run into the pen.